We're talking about 2008. I had already won 2 pro shows, and now I decided to take growth hormone for the first time.
One more. Reach that. Slow. He's here to remind everyone of what he was a year ago when he was top 3 at his very first Olympia.
Mike, well, okay, so you run too much stuff. You know what happens? You develop side effects, right?
So in order to try to, reduce that, I have to go hit it twice a week.
Phil Heath's approach to PEDs. Phil Heath's approach to performance-enhancing drugs, or PEDs, was marked by a strong sense of discipline and moderation throughout his illustrious bodybuilding career. Unlike some of his peers, Heath emphasized a cautious and calculated use of PEDs, which he believed contributed to his success in the sport.
I took less than everybody, and I can point it out. I have blood work from the very beginning. We're talking about 2008. I had already won 2 pro shows, and now I decided to take growth hormone for the first time. Are you really getting it from a valuable source? Are you getting it from Bayer? Are you getting it from sharing? Are you getting it from these companies that could really hurt you? And now you're becoming a drug addict, buying drugs from someone at a gym.
Heath's stance on PEDs was clear. While he acknowledged their potential benefits in bodybuilding, he cautioned against excessive reliance on these substances. He believed that in the contemporary bodybuilding scene, many athletes turn to PEDs as a quick and easy solution to achieving their desired physique. However, in doing so, they often overlook the potential negative consequences. For Heath, the key was to strike a balance between PED use and maintaining overall health and longevity. He understood that PEDs could offer an edge in competition, but he didn't view them as a shortcut to success. Instead, he combined his disciplined approach to PEDs with an unwavering work ethic, genetics, and attention to detail in training and nutrition. In essence, Phil Heath's approach to PEDs was a reflection of his commitment to the sport's core principles: hard work, dedication, and a focus on long-term well-being. This approach set him apart in a world where the temptation to rely excessively on PEDs is often high, making him a notable figure in the history of bodybuilding. Phil Heath's illustrious career. Phil Heath's career in bodybuilding stands as proof of his incredible dedication and talent. Over the course of his illustrious journey, he achieved remarkable success and firmly established himself as one of the sport's all-time greats.
5-time Olympia champion, the Gift, Phil Heath.
One more. Reach that. Slow. Especially on the back double bicep. So that exercise is just fun.
This is classic Phil Heath right here.
The pinnacle of Heath's career came with his 7 consecutive victories at the Mr. Olympia competition, one of the most prestigious titles in the bodybuilding world. This remarkable feat not only solidified his status as a dominant force in the sport, but also tied him with legendary bodybuilder Arnold Schwarzenegger in terms of Mr. Olympia wins. In addition to his impressive title reign, Heath's career was marked by the privilege of sharing the competitive stage with iconic figures in bodybuilding. He competed alongside legends like Jay Cutler, another multi-time Mr. Olympia winner, as well as Dexter Jackson, a seasoned competitor with numerous titles to his name. Tragically, he also competed against the late Sean Roden, another respected figure in the bodybuilding community. Heath's journey in bodybuilding showcased not only his exceptional physique and performance, but also his ability to thrive in an era populated by formidable rivals. His achievements and his ability to consistently excel in such a highly competitive environment have left an indelible mark on the sport, making him a true legend in the world of bodybuilding. Phil Heath's potential comeback. Phil Heath's potential comeback to bodybuilding has been a topic of significant anticipation and speculation within the fitness and bodybuilding communities. While there was initial excitement about the possibility of the 7-time Mr. Olympia returning to the competitive stage, Heath made a surprising decision. Rather than stepping back into competition, Phil Heath opted to take a different role at the 2022 Mr. Olympia show by becoming a commentator. This decision came as a surprise to many fans who were eagerly awaiting his return to the Mr. Olympia stage. The anticipation surrounding Heath's potential comeback stems from his incredible track record in the sport. Winning 7 consecutive Mr. Olympia titles demonstrated his dominance in bodybuilding.
Pounds heavier than we just saw him at the Olympia, and we're going to see right here, Dan, if Phil has put his mark on this title, and oh boy.
The 4 guys who could win this contest, Phil, Dexter, Kai, and Branch, and he's here to remind everyone of what he was a year ago when he was top 3 at his very first Olympia.
The prospect of an 8th Olympia title was tantalizing, as it would further solidify his legacy as one of the greatest bodybuilders in history. However, Heath's decision to commentate instead of competing raised questions about the challenges he might face in his quest for an 8th title. It also fueled discussions about the evolving landscape of bodybuilding and the competition he would encounter if he were to return to the stage. As fans continue to follow Phil Heath's journey and eagerly await any updates on his future plans, his potential comeback remains a topic of great interest and intrigue in the world of bodybuilding. Phil Heath's views on steroids and bodybuilding. Phil Heath's views on steroids and performance-enhancing drugs, or PEDs, in bodybuilding offer a unique perspective on his approach to the sport. Unlike many of his peers, Heath began his bodybuilding journey competing naturally without the use of PEDs. This decision to initially compete drug-free proves his confidence in his abilities and his belief in his general potential. Heath's early success in natural bodybuilding competitions, where he was able to outperform competitors who were using PEDs, highlighted the significance of his genetics, work ethics, and sports background. His genetics provided him with a strong foundation for muscle growth and development, allowing him to excel in the sport even without the assistance of PEDs.
Mike, well, okay, so you run too much stuff. You know what happens? You develop side effects, right? Maybe I don't want to have to take drugs like this. Maybe I'm afraid of needles. Maybe I'm afraid of what the side effects. You know what's funny? The real truth is that what if they started drug testing severely? I just got more watery. It was just stupid. Around with Tran and stuff like that, but even that, I realized how harsh that is. That's just stupid. People doing the Graston where their blood blisters and stuff. That's not gonna yield any growth. That's just being dumb.
Furthermore, his background in sports, particularly his experience playing Division I basketball and engaging in rigorous physical activities, contributed to his success in bodybuilding. The physical demands of his sports background provided him with unique muscle stimulation and endurance, which he could leverage in his bodybuilding journey. A distinguishing feature of Phil Heath's physique was his remarkable skin texture, often noted for its thinness. This attribute set him apart from other bodybuilders and played a crucial role in showcasing the striations and details of his muscles on stage. In contrast, contemporary bodybuilders who rely heavily on PEDs, especially through injections, might compromise the skin texture that Heath possessed naturally. Phil Heath's training philosophy. Unlike some who prioritize lifting extremely heavy weights, Heath's focus was on achieving effective muscle stimulation, a philosophy that he believed was instrumental in his success. One of the key tenets of Phil Heath's training philosophy was the emphasis on muscle stimulation over sheer weightlifting. He understood that the goal in bodybuilding isn't merely to lift the heaviest weights, but to engage and develop the muscles effectively. This approach allowed him to target specific muscle groups with precision and intensity, ultimately contributing to his well-defined and symmetrical physique. To maximize muscle engagement, Heath placed great importance on perfecting lifting techniques. He believed that proper form and execution were essential to ensure that the targeted muscles received the maximum benefit for each exercise. This attention to detail and technique helped him isolate and work specific muscle groups, leading to better development and definition.
On this side. Let it go a little bit forward. Now do the other side. You feel it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Much of a difference. Not that bad, right? Your tricep is my thigh.
Oh yeah, that. Oh, there you go. Lean back. Gosh, don't worry about it. Don't hold your breath.
Seems like even like when you're pressing up, you're almost pressing kind of out.
Yeah.
So in order to try to, reduce that, I have to go hit it twice a week. Techniques and new fire, and it's been working good.
Heath's philosophy essentially revolved around the idea that lifting weights should be a mindful and deliberate process. Rather than chasing numbers on the barbell, he focused on achieving the right muscle contraction and engagement with each repetition. This approach not only helped him build an aesthetically pleasing physique, but also reduced the risk of injury. Phil Heath's training philosophy prioritized effective muscle stimulation and impeccable lifting techniques over lifting excessively heavy weights. His commitment to precision and attention to detail in training contributed significantly to his success as a bodybuilder and his ability to sculpt a world-class physique. Concerns about excessive PED use. Phil Heath's concerns about the excessive use of performance-enhancing drugs in contemporary bodybuilding shed light on a prevalent issue within the sport. His candid remarks address the potential risks and imbalances associated with the misuse of these substances, particularly leading up to major competitions like Mr. Olympia. One of the primary concerns raised by Phil Heath was the trend of bodybuilders using increasingly high amounts of PEDs in preparation for competitions. This practice often involves the use of PEDs at levels that may be considered extreme, potentially leading to a variety of health-related consequences. The pursuit of rapid and dramatic changes in physique through PEDs can compromise the overall well-being of athletes. Heath also highlighted the reluctance of some bodybuilders to reduce their PED intake as competitions approach. This reluctance stems from the fear of losing muscle mass and not being able to maintain the desired level of conditioning. This fear can create a cycle of dependency on these substances where athletes feel compelled to continue using them to avoid performance setbacks. Phil Heath's concerns underscore the need for a balanced and health-conscious approach to bodybuilding. While PEDs have a role in the sport, their misuse can lead to adverse effects on both physical health and the integrity of the sport. Okay guys, that about does it for this video. See you next time and bye for now.